Hi, I'm Molly, coming into my studio. Right, let us begin. So block printing is such a lovely way to do something special for Christmas and really personalise your gifts. Maybe your wrapping paper or a Christmas card or even a little name place for the Christmas table. I'm going to give you a few little tips on how to do effective block printing. I've chosen my little star block to print with, and it's all about loading up the right amount of paint onto your block. Not too much, not too little, just the right amount. So before you start printing, you just want to practice on any kind of throwaway paper, old newspaper, whatever you like, but just get into the rhythm of block printing. It's all about the consistency on paint on your block, and then you get these lovely prints, and it's just very pleasing. So I'm going to load up my block. I've got my stipler, I've picked up some paint off my little tray. You always put your paint into a little tray, you don't take it directly from the pot. Okay, and then when it comes to applying it to your block, you just want to touch the very tops of the block. You don't want to squeeze it down into the gaps. You're just applying a lovely fine layer of paint over the top of the block, quite gently. I'm not squeezing it on, I'm not painting it on. Lots of people tend to paint the paint onto their block. Just a light application on the top. Then when it comes to thinking about where you're going to print, I find it really helps to stand. If you can look down upon your work, it's much easier to be accurate with the placement of your block. I don't use any lines or rulers, I do it by eye. I actually love that little sort of inconsistent wobble that you get while you print. I think it gives it character. So think about where you're going to lay your block and commit. Once you've placed it down, you have to push it, give a good hard press down. I know in India, and sometimes me in my studio, you see me using a mallet. That's great when your blocks are bigger, but for these small little blocks that we sell and you get in our kits, you don't need to be using a mallet. So between each print, you have to reapply the paint. I can't print again straight away. The trick is to reload my block between each print. Okay, think again, where's this one gonna go? I'll hold it up at the end and lay it down, press it down firmly, and away you go. Not too much that it's all splurging everywhere, not too little that you just get a sort of fine imprint, but just the right amount. So get that practicing. And then comes the lovely flow that we talk about in block printing, where you are loading up the block, pressing it down, and starting all over again. And it can be really, really therapeutic. So actually, in this crazy busy time of Christmas mayhem, it's a really nice thing to do. It can be very calming and peaceful. So pour yourself a glass of wine, heat up a mince pie, and just spend a lovely evening printing. There's also loads of different ways that you can use one singular block. We sell lots of blocks on our website, by the way, and in our kits. We sell the kits that come with cards, tea towels, that sort of thing inside, or you can buy all the individual items. And it's amazing what you can do with one block. It's all about the placement. And at my workshops, I often talk about the negative space, and that's the space that we're not printing. It's the space that's left behind. And depending on how you print will affect that overall effect of your pattern. So you just want to kind of play with the block before you commit to your large piece of paper and work out a really lovely, pretty way of making it work. So I am putting the star in between the first row of prints that I've done. So it'll be a really nice, impactful coverage of the paper. And you could twist the block, you could leave more space. It's all a matter of personal taste. You decide what you like, what feels right. I always talk about gut feeling when we're block printing. It's a really lovely way to be creative. You've got your design, chosen your colour, and then it's down to you to put your personal touch onto whatever it is that you're printing, and go with your gut. If it feels right, you like what's coming, then that's correct. If it doesn't feel quite right, then change it. Try turning the block round, try leaving a bigger space. It's all about experimentation. And take your time. Block printing is about slowing down. There is no fast way to printing this sheet of paper. We have to do it block by block, and it's that slowing down that actually makes it a very pleasing form of creativity. It's very good for us. I think we live such crazy fast-paced lives, and I find the block printing is my way of just feeling a bit calmer. Okay, so now I'm starting my next row. And again, I'm doing it in the gaps. Just do one more and I'll show you. So look, such a pretty pattern coming just from this one little star block and one colour. You could start to bring in different colours if you wanted. If you had 2 star blocks, you could alternate the colours, different rows. Like with our Jali kit, it comes with 2 blocks and 2 colours, the red and the pink, so that you can add different colours into your printing. Again, there's such a variety of things you can do, and it's such a kind of personal journey, but I just think it's so pleasing to make your own wrapping paper. There we go, that's one I made earlier. Or, as I said, Christmas cards, name places. Once you're confident, you can print fabric. All our paints are eco-paint as well, and they're really nice to work with, but you can print on paper or fabric. A little paint goes a long way, and as I say, it's about getting that rhythm, the art of loading up the block with the right amount of paint, just printing over the top of the block, not painting it on. We get lots of artists who want to paint it on. It's about experimentation. Really encourage you to have a go. Very pleasing. And for some people it feels like child's play, but actually I think you can end up with quite a sophisticated end piece that certainly feels like a beautiful thing to gift. If you receive something like this, there's so much love already before you even open the gift. It's a really nice thing to do. So highly recommend block printing to you all. Send me any queries you have on our Instagram via my DM. And really just enjoy it. Enjoy your process.